Why, hello there, dearie. Is there something I can help you with? Ah, I see. You're lost, aren't you? I figured as much. Here, come on in out of that storm before you catch a cold. Yes, of course. Here, I'll take your coat and hang it up for you. Feel free to leave your shoes at the door. Ah, yes. My name is Parker. And you are? That's a lovely name. Feel free to make yourself at home. The guest rooms are just down the hall on the right. You look rather confused. Do you need help getting there? I was just going to prepare some tea for us, but if you need some assistance, then I don't mind helping you. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing what? Oh. Why am I letting you stay here so suddenly? My dear, do you think you're the first person to stumble upon my mansion? People get lost in these woods all the time. Many of them manage to make their way to my residence. At first, it was a bit of a nuisance, but I've grown used to it. Helping lost travelers is simply a part of my life now. It's routine. I wake up in the morning, have breakfast, water the crops, write a little, then lunch rolls around, I do some reading, and before I know it, dinner is ready. And then I wait. People usually start showing up in the afternoon. When the sun is going down, people get desperate. If they're lost, they try their hardest to find civilization before nightfall. No one wants to be lost in the dark, after all. And many of those people wind up at my mansion. I feed them, provide them with a guest room, and let them stay here for the night. Then in the morning, I help them with directions and send them back on their way to their homes. You, my dear, are simply yet another lost traveler. Now then, how about that tea? Ah, here we are. How is it? I'm glad you like it. Being way out here, I have access to many ingredients that just aren't the same in modern life. All natural honey, as a sweetener, is just one of those many things that makes my tea taste, oh, so good. So, I'm sure you're tired, but do you mind if I pick your brain a bit? Well, mainly I was just curious as to why someone like you was all the way out here. Every time someone shows up in my residence, they have a different story. Most are just hikers who wandered off the trail, but some campers get separated from their groups, some wildlife photographers get turned around and can't find their way back. Honestly, I've been here for so many years, I can tell who someone is and how they got lost just by looking at them and the things they carry with them. But you, well, you're a rather curious case. Hikers, campers, hell, even photographers and hunters, they all have a certain outdoorsy look to them. But you don't have that look. In fact, you have quite the opposite appearance. Your clothing appears to be lush and elegant. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. Even your body, your ears are distinctly different from any other human I've seen. So, what's your story, love? What's wrong? It's okay. If you don't want to talk about it, then I won't pry. I may be letting you stay with me for the night, but that doesn't give me an invitation into your personal life. Here, are you finished with your tea? I'll take the cup for you. Why don't you try to get some rest, okay? I'll be here to check up on you in the morning. Finally waking up, are we? Oh, come now, sweetie. There's nothing to be afraid of. Right now, I've got you in my basement. I know it's rather dark and cold down here, but that's exactly how I want it to be. You know, they say elves are supposed to be intelligent and noble beings, and yet you still fell for my trap, just like all those other pathetic humans that came before you. You entered my home without hesitation, you drank my tea, which I drugged, and you allowed yourself to wind up in the exact situation that you're in now. Your body tied down to a chair, you being ever so defenseless. You are at my mercy, little elf. And you look so terribly frightened. I really expected more of a challenge from you, and yet you were just so easy. I suppose you elves aren't as cunning as the stories say. Regardless, I'm still very, very excited to try elf blood. It's something I've fantasized about. I never thought I'd have one of your kind to myself. And yet, here we are. So why don't we make this easy on the both of us? You stay calm and don't struggle, and I'll consider not draining you. How does that sound? That was so much. I can't even use words to describe how delicious you are. I would have appreciated it if you were less tense, though. When you get scared and tense up like that, I have to press down harder with my fangs to get all the blood I want. No matter, though. I'll try again soon. What do I mean? Well, I normally kill my prey. It's just convenient for me. There's something about draining something of its life that's oddly pleasing. But you aren't a mere human. You're a forest elf, and you stumbled right into my trap. I'm going to keep you here. I'm going to feed on you. I'm going to take care of you. And I'm going to use you. Now rest up, Elfie. You lost a lot of blood.